the other people.
And I don't get why people are confused by it, because we've heard like our whole life that this camera took a bump there. We've heard our whole lives that like sex sells. So I mean, this is just the way the technology's going. So
yeah. And I do also, if I have to agree with it, because it's like instead of an airbrushed model, I mean, I know they can still do Facetune and stuff, but it's more body positive for women, I think, for one, in the grand scheme of things. You know, I'm sure there's some that I know it still hurts them, but it opens up the platform where anyone, because there's a market for I mean, I'm not advocating for any body type when I talk here, but there's something for super thin women, for average women, for, you know, more curvy women. So there's all these things that, you know, 10, 15, 20 years ago, there weren't available. So
yeah, I mean, and if you're looking for that type of content, I mean, you know, like everything else is a choice. Like Netflix has so many choices. Like you can watch whatever you want on there. Like everything, we get to choose everything that we consume now. So that, again, that's like the next logical step. It's like, and like you said, you can choose like what you're into and whatever. So,
and in my thought also is I mean, if men do it as well, or, you know, may does as well, but the women, they're the one putting themselves out there. You can purchase this from me. It's
right.
Guys constantly, hey, send me this, send me that, send me this. It's the girls actually taking control, saying, you want to see what I have? It's going to cost you, buddy. And so that's kind of pretty much taking control and using maybe their sexuality to benefit them some, and, you know, take the power back or something like that. But whatever it is, if it's working for them, so be it. If they don't like it, then you don't do it as well.
Well, I can tell you one example. I wouldn't make a dime if I was doing it.
You know what you do though? If you feel that way, you just grab your championship belt, throw it over your shoulders, send photos of that, and that'll draw some big money. That's at least what I'm hoping for.
Which belt do you have, Aaron? You've got a belt as well.
I got a recent updated version of the heavyweight title belt. Whenever the stimulus check comes in, I might want to buy me a big Goldie from WCW. Okay. Maybe an NW.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, I used to have one of those, and I don't know what happened to it. I got the new AEW, but that one. So
that's the AEW belt, ain't it?
Yeah. Sorry for that segue, Adam, by the way. I was looking for any excuse to work my belt into the...
Well, it's pretty cool because, once again, in The Father, episode 2, Aaron's character starts the episode with the belt over his shoulder, very similar to the way Nate has it. That's
funny.
So
yeah. It was, the original scene was supposed to be him watching a NASCAR event from 1993. But then I got to thinking, it's like, I don't really have any NASCAR memorabilia. Well, I got wrestling, so we'll just go with wrestling, you know, like Bill seems like a guy that would appreciate the art of wrestling, of course. And like he's the guy that would probably get in an argument with Jim Cornette over something, but it'd be hilarious.
Go ahead, sorry.
No.
Just to mention Jim Cornette, like he's been to and through, like where I live in Johnson City, Tennessee. They used to do Smoky Mountain Wrestling out here all the time. And so I've heard him on his podcast, which I don't listen to much because he drives me insane sometimes. But like he mentions Johnson City quite a bit, so I always get excited. Like his Table for Three conversation on WWE Network, it's like the first thing that he mentions when he sees Eric Bischoff. He's like, "Hey, I remember seeing you in Johnson City when you came." It was like kind of surreal to see that on the network. But
I get a kick out of you, especially whenever he rips on Russo.
They hate each other.
I love that, and because I'm such a Cornette fan with that, you know, it's just like, 'cause I hate it. And I'm like, yes, you tear that smug Jersey son of a bitch down, you know, like just do it, because I can't. He killed WCW, like
he did.
That's another show for me to get into, though.
Yeah.
Well, well, Aaron, you might need to listen. Now, you did a podcast of wrestling this past week, Nate, right?
I did we're actually starting, my friend Alex and I are starting one in September.
Okay.
So like 1 week we'll do like a themed episode, and then the next week we'll do like an old like pay-per-view recap or watch along or something to kind of mix it up. But yeah, I've actually done episodes about like wrestling content on the Nate Show podcast. If anyone is looking for that, so
yeah, definitely. I listened to. I'm trying to think. I didn't listen to an entire show because I only had to drive a short distance. But I listened to like a few, maybe 5 minutes because I didn't have to go very long.
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you what, for a father episode, I think it'd be awesome if that Bill wanted. There's an episode that Bill wants to become a wrestler, and like we could actually get these like big names to help with it. Like, if there was a way, like he needs to get trained by a professional wrestler. Like Bill, he probably want to be trained by Ric Flair or Hulk Hogan or Stone Cold. No, I think it'd be hilarious if Bill gets trained by the Disco Inferno. If there's a way we can get the Disco Inferno on the show, that'd be awesome.
Disco was great, man. He was in WCW for a while, and he always got a decent crowd reaction every time he came out. So
the gimmick was so terrible, but he was so enjoyable to watch. The dude actually knew how to work the matches.
Yeah.
He was a workhorse. I don't care what anybody says about Disco Inferno. Long live Disco Inferno.
no, he really could work. Like he was legit.